I mean, nobody. All these guys. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's so much to clean up. Like, there's obviously some good stuff on tape, finishing dudes, doing what I do, but obviously there's a lot of stuff to clean up in terms of technique and pace and hand placement and more stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guards I love watching. I love watching Clint Minor, Quentin Nelson, beats finish everything. To play with the right kind of mindset. I think you got to play with the line. And you got, guys like Zach Martin. I used to love watching him, just how technical he was and how he's just so consistent. So there's tons of guys that I love watching.
How does a coach get the best out of you? How do you like to be coached, I guess?
I mean, I played at 2 schools and, played a lot of sports. So a lot of coaches have coached me a lot different. I mean, I love getting chewed at, and then there's coaches that are very detailed with me and, tell me to focus on one thing in terms of technique. So I think in both ways, I can get coached either way.
Have you met with teams formally or informally?
Yeah, I mean, I've met with all 32 teams since I've been here. I think we, go through a ballroom and just talk with everybody.
Keylan, when you look at the fact that the offensive line has been more valued in recent years because you have the running attack and protecting the quarterback, how much do you relish the challenge knowing that, hey, you know what, I have a big responsibility on me to protect obviously the most important players in the field, running back and the quarterback as well?
For sure, that's our job. I mean, our job in the run game is to impose our will and finish blocks, and we got to keep the quarterback upright. I mean, he get paid a lot of money in the National Football League, so we got to take care of him. So that's our number one job.
So as an offensive lineman, do you feel like when a running back gets 1,500 yards that you've really done well for the running back considering, or is there a yard goal? Because 1,000 yards nowadays isn't a big deal, but the new number could be 1,500 and in some cases a little bit higher than that.
For sure. I mean, you want to go do that, but I think the main thing as an offensive lineman, you want to, have the most rushing yards in the National Football League, try to do it in college, and then, give up the fewest sacks and stuff like that. Those metrics are good to look at, but at the same time, you just want to turn the tape on and be like, yeah, these dudes, you don't want to play them night in and night out.
Hey, what was the highlight of your time at Georgia Tech? Highlights, rather.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we had a couple big wins. We had a big win over in Ireland. That was my first game. A big win in Miami my junior year, upset them. And this year, Clemson, they were coming in pretty ranked high, and it was good to get them guys. And won a couple games, a lot of games at home. Only lost one at home, so a lot of good moments.
How you all got after it in the blocking scheme translate to the NFL, do you think? And could you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, football's football, right? We ran a lot of gap scheme, a lot of counter at Tech, but I mean, we ran the ball a lot, so I mean that's going to translate.
Are there any offensive linemen that you've grown up watching that you idolize, that you look at idols, or that maybe you'll try to style? Because I know a lot of young guys will look at somebody who's been an idol of mine that I can really think highly and positively about.
For sure. I mean, Zach Martin was always a guy I just always watched, just because I've played right guard since I've gotten to college, and he's just so consistent there. He was just technician. Obviously, early in his career, he mauled people, but then later in his career, as you get older, the details and technique just continue to get better, and he's just the same guy day in and day out. So you can count on him.
What are you trying to do?
Get through it together. I want to go in. I want to go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him next to Quasi.
I wish he was a little bit better.